tell me, Mel Jones is telling me. Well, she threw it very accurately, and that's all it took. That is a massive breakthrough, just when they need it, the West Indies.
Mary and Shirley both need oxygen. Shirley lost her freedom the day she went on oxygen, but Mary has the brand new ultra-compact Inogen 1 G4 oxygen concentrator from Inogen. It's the smallest and lightest model we've ever made. Shirley is forced to miss out on everyday activities. Mary fully enjoys her life. Shirley has to wait for tank deliveries and worries about running out of oxygen. But Mary's Inogen 1 G4 makes its own oxygen, so she'll always have the oxygen she needs anytime, anywhere. Shirley finally listened to Mary and now has more freedom too. It's time for you to reclaim your freedom and independence with the Inogen 1 G4. Act now to start your 30-day risk-free trial. This is a limited time offer, so don't wait and don't accept substitutions. The sooner you call, the sooner you can say goodbye to heavy oxygen tanks for good and reclaim the freedom and independence you deserve. Call now for your 30-day risk-free trial.
Call 800-323-1402. That's 800-323-1402.
Oh, trouble again. Oh, poor throw this time. And it's gone for overthrows all the way to the boundary line. A comedy of errors. 5.
Well, it was Dotton again. This time she's taken the javelin over the top of the stumps, and it's kept going. Javelin champion. She's gone for the world record. So, one brilliant, and that one not so much. And then it goes for 4. One of the big scorers of the tournament. And this is out. It's out. It's taken. Absolute sitter at mid-off. And it is the big wicket. Massive wicket. The Kiwi skipper is out of here. She makes 12. It's 49 for 3.
That's excellent bowling. The bat face closing on the ball, and that's what caused the leading edge. Pace off the ball on this surface is going to be a huge factor today. It's just gripping enough. And now this asks New Zealand's middle order to do more work than they've done in the tournament so far. Potentially. Bates, Devine and Priest have scored the bulk of the runs for the White Ferns this tournament.
And lapped beautifully. This will get away. This will run away nicely for 4. It's a big finish to the over. So that's a settler for the Kiwis. 8 overs gone. 59 for 3.
Well, Sarah McGlashan, she's done this for New Zealand numerous times, having played 200 games.
Stefani Taylor, first over cost us 6. It's gone straight up in the air, but behind the keeper. Now, are they going to look for a second? No, they're not. Darren Sammy. Great going by the West Indies women. Congrats, Brittany Cooper. Yes, a fine innings it was from Brittany Cooper.
And the footer shout for LBW, leg by. Yeah, Elise Perry with her football/soccer. We tend to call it soccer in Australia, but you get lashed everywhere else, don't you? It's football.
We've got so many football codes in Australia, it's hard to keep up. So we have to.
Oh, that's been taken to the boundary and should have been. It'll be a no ball as well. So well and truly above the waist. So we've got a free hit. That's gone to the boundary. That is a bonus. Exactly what New Zealand were after.
Well, that was extremely well played. That ball was aiming at Sarah McGlashan's badge on her helmet. Not only did she manage to find the middle of the bat, she evaded it nicely as well. And will this be now the change in the momentum for the Kiwis? Not only is it 4, but now the next delivery is a free hit.
That one has been played, but the left-hander has taken it to the boundary, similar to McGlashan. And the 50-run stand between these two. It could be the winning partnership. There's a long way to go. And the 100-run comes up for the loss of 3 wickets.
Well, this is a really poor over from a West Indian point of view. Hayley Matthews not only has bowled a rank-high full toss, well, she's over-adjusted now and dragged it short, down leg side.
And nicely played again. So that finishes the 15th over. 5 to go. And New Zealand need 43 more runs.
Strike to mid-wicket and taken comfortably in the end, a deep mid-wicket. Campbell is the fielder. And the West Indies needed that.
Well, experience has not held out here for Amy Satterthwaite. She departs for 24 and New Zealand are 108 for 4. Great catch, comfortably taken in the end. Ball would have been coming out of the sun into the shade. An important one as Amy Satterthwaite departs for 24 as she built a fantastic partnership with Sarah McGlashan. There's just the little twist in the game here.
.36 to get from 22. Katie Martin is at the crease. I wanted to think back, Mel. I want you to think back to 2014 when Australia held off the West Indies by 8 runs in Dhaka, semi-final, 2014 World T20. That is lovely, in a sense. No, she sent it straight to cover. I thought it was a good shot initially. Campbell is just coming sweeping off the boundary and has plucked another one.
Massive for the West Indies. The skipper stepping up. They've broken this monstrous partnership and then got the in batter. McGlashan departs for 38, which means 2 new batters for New Zealand at the crease. It also means that Stefani Taylor is on a hat-trick in the semi-final of this World T20. Pushed wide, really probably a wide in the end if she didn't play at it. And once again, Campbell makes good ground. Pressure all on her. She'd done it before. She does it again. And the disappointment is the fact that it's the double wicket of the in players.
Nice shot. Very good shot indeed. Boundary at the end of the over, 114 for 5.
Played it well here. Katie Martin, as we mentioned, hasn't had a lot of knocks, just the 2. And has only faced 11 balls out in the middle. Let's get herself into a good position, covers the line with her pad, helps the ball on its way.
Gone! It's raining wickets here at the Wankiri for the ladies in maroon. The Andra Dottin doesn't drop many. And they look pretty happy, some of them pretty calm. Falling apart now. 2 to Perkins. They might check for the no ball. Quinton, it's tight, but she's okay. Quinton is okay. Yep, the finger confirms it. 116 for 6. Easily done by Marissa Aguilera. Stephanie Taylor has another critical wicket. 4 wickets have gone down quite quickly. Kasper goes for 6, 125 for 7.
Dragged her out, pushed it wide, needed to make contact, and in the end a very simple stumping there for Marissa Aguilera. Well and truly short.
.125 for 7. 4 wickets have gone down for 17 runs since that 59-run partnership. That is a terrible throw. The batter would have been way gone.
Couldn't have said it better myself there, Bish. That's Selman, the substitute fielder. Martin would have been well and truly short. It would have had New Zealand 8 down in a world of trouble.
They need more than just a couple. Could be out. Oh, she's missed the stumps.
Well, there's smiles on the faces at the moment for the West Indians, and I'm not too sure why. Brittany Cooper did all the hard work, kept the throw flat, which was spot on. Doughton got into position, but just a little bit too far away.
Dropped it as well, and it might. The umpire will want that to be referred upstairs, but there's an error off every ball so far in this final over by the West Indies in the field. Stacey Ann King.
Well, we're just talking about teams that can stay calm under the pressure times. Stacey Ann King not only drops the catch, can't recover to bring the ball back, and has ball in hand as her hand is touching the boundary, which means that will be a boundary to New Zealand. They go to so now all of a sudden it is 10 off 3.
Oh, she goes length and goes off stump. And just a single. And now the West Indies one delivery away from their first entrance into the final of a World T20. And there they are, restricted to 1, and the West Indies will now celebrate. After 3 opportunities in the semi-final of World T20s, they will be in the final of the 2016 edition of Women's World T20. They win by 7 runs. Took over the captaincy late 2015 in a run out of the final ball of the innings by the former captain Marissa Aguilera. And they can feel it now. They've, for the moment, gone one step further than they've done in the past. Took some athleticism to do that as well.
Well, they set the tone here today in Mumbai.
The Westindies.
It says much for the modern-day thirst for instant gratification that Cameron Delport's emergence as a cricketer to watch came during a blistering 9-ball 34 in a Champions League T20 showdown in Bangalore. The destructive left-hander's 8 scoring shots during that lethal but ultimately losing innings for the Sunfoil Dolphins against Chennai Super Kings were placed exactly where he intended, and each shot during that brilliant cameo was perfectly executed.
Wasn't really thinking about too much. I was just trying to hit the ball into the crowd, because every boundary hit the crowd just kind of got me into like a next gear and got me like geared up to actually just keep trying to hitting it. I'm grateful that I got to show a bit of my talent around the world.
Until that spectacular knock in September 2014, the 26-year-old was viewed as nothing more than a solid domestic level cricketer. After a stellar year, in which he played a pivotal role in Trinidad and Tobago Red Steel's maiden Caribbean Premier League title win, as well as breaking the World One-Day Partnership record for the Dolphins, Delport's ambitions have become much more grandiose. International cricket is now the ultimate goal.
Yeah, no, obviously, I would love to play for South Africa. It's definitely been one of my dreams and my goals to be up there, especially in the shorter format. I haven't really looked too far ahead of it. I know it's there, but I know that if I'm playing these tournaments around the world and I'm doing well and I'm scoring runs and I'm doing well in our domestic Ram Slam 2020, that the selectors are not they're going to have a choice to select me. So I'm not kind of thinking too far ahead. I know it's quite settled up there at the moment, but any opportunity I will take, especially playing for the Proteas. When growing up, being a little kid's dream to right now. I've got a big season coming up now. We've got a lot to prove, and I want to just keep going with the good performances I've had playing around the world.
A call-up to South Africa's top-ranking test team would appear to be a long shot, but Faf du Plessis' T2011 or AB de Villiers' one-day side could well look to accommodate another swashbuckling batsman, particularly one who has already etched his name in the record books. It was in October 2014, in an aptly named Momentum Cup match against the Knights, that Delport and opening partner Morne van Beek set a new record partnership for any wicket in the 53-year history of limited overs cricket. That unbroken 367-run opening stand saw the duo leapfrog none other than Indian legends Rahul Dravid and Sachin Tendulkar.
And we didn't quite know that we actually we're going to break a world record, so we kind of just were talking on the middle, and we just said we're just going to keep batting, and actually I think like 5 overs towards the end we kind of started swinging hard, and we just never got out. And then the next day when the papers got heard of it, and then they actually kind of picked it up in one of the papers that we actually broke a world record. So it was something quite special, but it was nice to actually do something with Morne, who I've opened the batting for the last few years with the Dolphins, and he's such a senior experience and played over 500 games of cricket and done really well, and to learn from him, and he's obviously also aggressive as well, and we kind of play the same game, so to learn from him has been absolutely fantastic.
If Delport is to make a late run for selection ahead of the ICC World 2020 in India in March, then he doesn't have to look far for inspiration. His coach at the Sunfoil Dolphins is none other than Lance Klusener, player of the tournament at the ICC Cricket World Cup 1999, and arguably one of the best all-rounders the game has ever seen.
It's been awesome, like him just clearing your mind while I bat up front there, especially with him, the way that the stories that he tells us of like how he saved this game or won this game for his country. He kind of just worked it around in the beginning and then kind of just took it on from them, because he said the longer that he was there, the teams were actually like scared, and bowlers were actually scared to bowl him. So I kind of look at the same approach, that if I'm the longer I'm actually out there batting, the team's actually just going to be more scared, and the bowlers. So, but it's nice working with him, and he just kind of gives you a lot of freedom playing, and he knows that if I'm just got a clear mind and I'm actually like scoring runs up for the team, and I'm doing well, and I'm hitting the board as hard as I can, we definitely win more games than lose.
It sounds like a very simple strategy, but if Delport is given the opportunity to try and repeat the 1999 heroics of his mentor Klusener, then he must put in the hard yards between now and March 2016 if he's to be part of a South African squad that will be going all out to lift the ICC World 2020 trophy for the first time.
World 2020 final.
Oh yes,
Just held its line.
brilliant spell of bowling this is.
Elise Perry finds the edge of the bat. Look at the joy. This is a brave shot.
Very good catch.
And then it's a terrific strike. Australia, they've been awesome.
Brilliant performance. That's 3 in a row. Australia world champions.
I am Australia. I am Westindies. I am the pace bowler.
Out. There's the breakthrough.
I am the run maker. I am Stephanie Taylor.
That could go all the way, and it does.
I am the captain. I am the decision maker. I am Meg Lannon.
Well, that's glorious to the offside.
I am a champion. I am West Indies. I am an champion. I am Australia.
Heroes of the future come to watch heroes of present-day cricket. What a setting. Kolkata, the iconic Eden Gardens, plays host to 4 more teams, 2 finalists from the men's and 2 from the women's. It's the women's turn up front, and it is the mighty Australia looking for an unprecedented 4 in a row against the surprise form horses of the West Indies, who have played quite brilliant cricket here in India. There's a few in, quite a few supporting the West Indies, and obviously for Australia as well. There's been ups and downs, there's been a lot of miles, there's been a bit of heartache, there's been some close games. Both sides have had close encounters against England. Australia beat them in the semi-final by 5 runs. Their big loss was against New Zealand in the second game by 6 wickets. West Indies there was their close loss to England by 1 wicket. Apart from that, they've played fabulous cricket. They're trying to make it a treble. The under-19 boys won in Bangladesh. The men are on later, and they're trying to do their country proud here. Very good sides. Captains in particular have had fantastic tournaments. Meg Lanning has led from the front, so has Stephanie Taylor. There's the Australian side, no changes. Villani has a very good record against the West Indies. The same names we've seen year in, year out, and that's because they're very successful. 3 times on the bounce they've won this tournament. And the West Indies, for the first time in a final, they usually stumble at semi-final stages, but they didn't against New Zealand. They played quite brilliantly, and they deserve to be here, and they ain't finished yet. You can tell from the way they've spoken before the game and the way they sung their rally round the West Indies anthem. There's a lot of pride in that. Really interesting to see the warm-ups. Australia with the modern warm-ups, they were out there for ages, fitness and training and getting ready. West Indies had a little bit of a dance, a little bit of a huddle, and a lot of smiles. They're going to enjoy this. Mel, what will the Australian team be thinking right now? They won't be taking West Indies lightly, will they?
Not at all. No, they know they're a dangerous side. Any side that gets their way through to a World T20 final can play. They've got individual game winners. Collectively, I think at the moment this is probably the best phase that they've ever seen themselves in. So you need to be wary, but they'll also be very confident in the way in which the group has bandied together really off the back end of 2 series losses before this World T20 and a loss against New Zealand. I think they're now just getting things in the right frame of mind, I guess, and making sure that when they get their opportunity, that they can tick all the boxes.
Looks a good pitch. There's a good covering of grass on it. Saurav Ganguly wanted it to be a good surface for both finals here. The last thing he wanted was a tired surface. Some of the other pitches further along the square are a little bit tired, hoping for a little bit of pace and a little bit of carry, and so will the batsmen on either side. Elisa Healy, averaging 18, a strike rate of 112, 8 scores of 30 plus. Villani, as I say, averages around about 40 against the West Indies. Good player, experienced player, and that's what they'll need, Australia. When you go into a final, you want to have been there before, show that experience. Connell with the new ball, 23-year-old, bowling from the high court end. A slip and a fairly regulation field.
Right arm over, ladies.
Countdown's finished. The action begins. Connell with the first delivery. Hit away on that offside. Australia off the mark. Healy off the mark.
First thing I noticed there, didn't seem to be a lot of pace. I know it was Connell's first delivery, but she's usually fired up pretty quickly, and for the first one. And that'll be a little adjustment phase for both Villani and Healy.
Pulled away. There's no one out there. That'll be the first boundary of the final.
Well, at least Villani is more than happy with the pace and bounce of this pitch, because just short of a length, Connell on this occasion, you can just see it getting up just above stump height. And she's just helped it on its way. That's certainly letting the nerves settle very quickly.
Doesn't get through. It does. A misfield. Got in a backward point. So Villani will keep the strike. 7 for none. Oh, another full toss. That'll be whacked away. Gets it over square leg. There's no one on the sweep. So nerves from Matthews.
Nerves from Matthews. No nerves from Elise Villani, though. Comfortably put away. That waist-high full toss. Reasonably close to Connell. Backward square there. Might have been a slight bit of panic in Elise Villani.
Good end to the over. Excellent end to the over. They think they've got her. I think they have, you know. She's looking at the pitch as if she's hit it into the pitch, but no. She's going to walk off. She's looking at the toe of the bat, still looking at the toe of the bat. The umpires are going to confer. Westindies just thought it was a regulation catch, and Healy felt it was a bit of a bump ball.
Bump ball, thank you. So can you get me closer on that one? Yeah. Gav, don't forget we've got to check a no ball here. Yeah. Happy with that. Yeah. Just take us back to that last frame you had, Gav. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go back, Gav. That's out.